Okay, class, this is lesson 1 for week 6. We're going to be talking about this letter right here. This letter is W. Can y'all say that with me? W. It kind of looks like the letter we learned last week, which is the letter V. If I was to do this right here and cover up half of the W, it looks like a V, like Vicky Vulture that we learned last week. But if you put two V's together, just like this, it makes a W. So let's say that again together. W. And W says w, as in Wackford Walrus. Or you can call him Wacky Walrus. Sometimes when I'm learning about Wackford Walrus, I think of him as a wacky walrus. He does a lot of wacky things, but he's a pretty cool creature that we know that God made. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to sing our Wackford Walrus song. We're going to sing it 2 times. I've got my CD today, so y'all won't have to listen to Miss Jen singing all by herself. Y'all can sing along with me and the music, and then I'm going to stop it and I'm going to replay the song. So we're going to sing it 2 times, okay? Wackford Walrus, Wackford Walrus, says what, wagon window water, watermelon waffles, W says what. Okay, let's sing it one more time. Wackford Walrus, Wackford Walrus, W says what. Wagon window water, watermelon waffles, W says what. Good job. You know, when we're in class, I will sometimes, when we start learning these alphabet card songs, I will walk around and let you choose which one of these pictures is your favorite. So I'm going to say them really loud for you. This is a wagon, a window, water, watermelon, and waffles. Which one of these is your favorite? Maybe it's even Wackford Walrus. I know I have a student at home that's probably watching right now named Demi, and I know that her favorite is waffles. I ate waffles last week, and I was thinking about Demi and how much she loved waffles. In fact, her mom even sent me a video of Demi eating waffles. So I already know what Demi's favorite is. Maybe your favorite is watermelon. And water, God made water, everybody needs water. So those are all good things. They all start with the letter W. And so really quickly, we're going to talk about Wackford Walrus and what makes him so wacky. If you look at him really carefully, he's brown, but he's got a lot of skin. Looks like he's got too much skin on him. See all those wrinkles on Wackford Walrus? God gave him those wrinkles, and underneath all those wrinkles is a layer of blubber. Now we've learned about several animals. When we're learning about the alphabet, we've learned about several animals that had blubber. Do y'all remember why God gave Wacky Walrus blubber? If you remember, why did God give Nicky Narwhal blubber? And we learned that Seabreeze seal had blubber. So why did God give them this blubber? What is it? It's a layer of fat underneath their skin, and it's to keep them warm because they live in cold areas. That's right, Wacky Walrus lives either way up here in the Arctic Ocean or way down here in Antarctica where there's lots of ice. He likes to swim in the ocean, and he swims where there's huge chunks of ice cube floating. But he's safe and protected. He likes the cold because God gave him that layer of blubber on him. Now, he doesn't have feet. He has these things. Let's count them together. They're called flippers. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he kind of walks. He can walk on land. He looks a little silly when he's walking, but these flippers make him really good swimmer. He's really fast, which is good because he likes to eat fish and urchin and all kind of sea critters that live in the ocean, and he's a fast swimmer, so he can catch his food and eat them, and he loves to eat. Wackford Walrus's favorite things to do is eat food. That's why he's so big, because he eats a lot. But his other favorite thing to do is take naps. And I know some of you boys and girls, some of you love to take naps at home, and some of you do not. So some of you are not like Wackford Walrus at all because you don't like to take naps, like Presley and Mia. But Wackford Walrus loves to take naps. He'll eat, and then he'll take a nap, and then he'll eat, and then he'll take a nap. That's just what he does all day. Now, Wackford Walrus has these two things that are on the side of his face. What color are they? Can you see? Let's count them together. 1, 2. They're white, and they're called tusks. We learned about another animal that had one tusk that grew out of the top of his head. Y'all remember who had a tusk? A tusk is a tooth. What animal did we learn about a few weeks back that had a tusk growing out of the top of his head? That's right, Nicky Narwhal. He used it to break the ice. Remember, he also liked to float around in icy waters with lots of ice cubes floating in it, just like Wackford Walrus. But Wackford Walrus uses his 1, 2 tusks to climb up on things, just like you might use your 2 hands to climb on top of your bed. He uses his tusk when he's swimming and he wants to take a nap after he's done swimming and eating. He will use his 2 tusks to climb up on top of an iceberg, and he will lay there and take a nap. He likes to travel in herds, which means with a lot of walrus friends. And sometimes they will sleep on top of each other in big piles on top of a big ice cube. And if too many walruses try to climb on top of that ice cube, the huge ice cube will flip over and they'll fall into the ocean. And then they'll have to go find another ice cube to take their nap on. So Wackford Walrus is a really cool animal. We know that we can't make a Wackford Walrus. The only person that can make a walrus is God. God's the only one that can make animals. We're going to learn about that later in lesson 2 and lesson 3. We're going to go back and review how God made the whole world. And we'll talk about how God made Wackford Walrus on what day. That's a review because we did that at the beginning of the year. But we know that we could never make a Wackford Walrus that can swim and that has 2 tusks and that likes to live in ice in Antarctica in the Arctic Ocean. Only God could do that. So we're going to go over how to write the letter W right here. All right, we're going to have our choo-choo train, which is your color. We call it a choo-choo train because it stays on the tracks. And we're going to pinch it like an alligator clamp, just like this. So we're going to start at the top. This is our letter, our big or capital W. And we're going to pretend like we're drawing the wacky walrus tusks. He's got 1, 2 tusks. So we're going to start at the top. And we're going to go down. We're going to go slow so we can keep our choo-choo on the track. And then we're going to go back up. That's 1 tusk. And then we're going to go back down and go back up. And that's 2 tusks. That's really easy, and that's a good way to remember how to write the letter W. And now we're going to do the little W. It looks just like his mama. It's just a little bit smaller. This is a baby walrus, and he sits on the top of an ice cube or a large iceberg, and he swims to the bottom of the ocean and gets something to eat. And he comes back up to the top, takes a nap on an ice cube, and then when he wakes up again, he swims to the bottom of the ocean to eat again and comes back up. So the little W and the big W look exactly the same, except one is a little bit smaller. And that's what I want you to do with this sheet right here. Is your Wackford Walrus sheet. And I want you to practice writing your W's just like the way Miss Jen does. Okay, so this is your sheet for today. Also today, get your mom or your dad or your grandma or whoever's watching you to help you cut out this sheet of Wackford Walrus. We're going to make a Wackford Walrus craft. So what we're going to do with this, you can use glue, but I'm going to use tape so I can show you how it works. You're going to cut out this piece. This is the stand. And it's going to go just like this. And you're going to tape it. And it will help your Wackford Walrus stand up. Or you can glue it. So now, it has a little thing to help it stand, like a little stand on the back of Wackford Walrus. But what is he missing right here? He's missing his 1, 2 white tusks. Without his tusks, he won't be able to climb up on those big icebergs and take a nap. So we're going to use, I have already cut 2 straws. They're a couple of inches each, and we're going to tape those there, or you can glue them. You can also use a Q-tip at home. If you don't have straws, you can use a Q-tip, or you can use some white yarn, or you can just use a white color or some white paint to make his tusks. So we're going to do this. And this is what it should look like when you're done. just like this. And then you'll have a Wackford walrus with 1, 2 tusks, and he can stand up on your table. So boys and girls, I want you to take a picture. I want you to do this craft for me and get mom or dad to take a picture of you and tell them to text it to me or email it to me or send it in the Remind app to me so I can see how your Wackford walrus turned out. Okay? All right, boys and girls, see you for lesson 2 tomorrow.